What is going on, everybody? Rebel Reyes here. This is Rebel Reyes Real Reviews. It's almost 2:30 here in Northern California. My Seiko flighty. Here we go. All right. It's here, guys. It's here. I'm a huge fan of the Sergio Leone spaghetti westerns, the Dollars Trilogy. These are classics. And if you guys have been keeping up with the news on all the home video stuff around these movies, then you know why this is a big deal. So we will unbox that in a second. So, how did we get here? I'm going to put this aside for just a second. How did we get here? Well, the video history of the Dollars Trilogy is complicated. So, here are my DVD versions. I got these from my mom's house. I was there over the weekend. Now, here you go. Fistful of dollars, a few dollars more. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Why does The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly look different? These were the MGM kind of deluxe editions they put out in the mid-2000s, I want to say. Let's take a look. What year did they put this set out? 2007. Yeah, right around, because I was in high school when I rented these movies and was blown away. I rented them on disc Netflix. Do you guys remember disc Netflix? Renting movies and having them sent to your house? Ugh. I loved it personally. I remember the first movie I ever rented from disc Netflix was Reservoir Dogs, and that got me started in my whole film fan journey. So I rented them all. The regular MGM versions were what was in those envelopes. Loved the film, so I was like, great, I have to buy them. Well, I bought all three in these MGM collector sets, but their version of The Good, the Bad, the Ugly was only the extended international, or not international, but it was the extended like Roman premiere cut. It's not authorized by Sergio Leone. It's like 20 minutes longer, I think, pushing the movie into like the 3 hour territory, and it does not help the film whatsoever. It's not good. I don't recommend that version if you can skip it at any cost. And it's just this movie's perfect the way it was. You know, about 2 hours 45 minutes, I want to say. How long are we looking at here? Yeah, 2 hours and 40 minutes for The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. That's the length it should be, because when you get to that longer cut, it really suffers, in my opinion. And they had extra scenes with Clint Eastwood, actually with all three characters, but Clint Eastwood and Eli Wallach dubbed their lines over 40 years later, and it doesn't quite work. They got a impersonator to be Lee Van Cleef, and he actually did a better job. He sounded more like the character because he was probably around the actual age Lee Van Cleef was when he made the film. It stands out so much when you hear Eastwood and Wallach's lines in it. It's really, really, like, it's not good. You want the original cut, okay? So I went out of my way and I got these, and I enjoyed them as a young fan. But you know, I didn't know that these were incomplete and that there were home video issues with all these movies over the years. So I ordered these when they finally came to 4K video from Kino Lorber. I think a lot of us American fans got these Kino Lorber 4Ks. What I liked is they included the original artwork on the reverse side, some original poster art, which I appreciate. They look good, presentation wise. I didn't get slipcovers, unfortunately, but I love the clean Kino Lorber presentation. The uniform presentation of the spines. It's nice. It's a nice it's a nice thing if you're like kind of persnickety about how your movies look on the shelf. But again, these guys did the best with what they had, I think, in terms of their budget, their resources, what they were able to get a hold of in terms of the cuts of the films. And they're good looking presentations of these movies. They don't have HDR, which, I mean, we watched movies without HDR for years, and it wasn't really the worst thing in the world. Plus, it's like, what's the contrast level when you're at the movie theater? Really? I mean, it's not great. I'll put it that way. You're not getting rich, deep, true blacks when you're at the cinema, or at least I don't think so. I think, just because of the nature of it being a projector, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you do get true blacks at the movie theater. Somebody let me know in the comments if you know anything about film projection and whatever. Like, what's the black level? What's the contrast ratio you actually get on a projector, whether it's film or digital projection, whatever. Now, the special features on these are really good. Commentary from Tim Lucas, commentary from Christopher Frayling, interviews with some of the actors, and but I didn't know. Again, these are incomplete. I guess there are missing sound cues and brief snippets of scenes and things like that we're missing. And again, there was basically a bad master with. I think the film remastering studio is L'Immagine Ritrovata, which is an Italian studio that like sort of changed the color of the films. Like a couple of them looked like yellow, like somebody peed on it, And excuse me. And it's just kind of like they did what they could to color it out, but you can kind of tell that they're sort of fixing something. If you look at the colors, they're not really natural, especially here. I noticed it the most. I mean, it's good, but it's not perfect. These are definitely not perfect. You can actually find them for pretty reasonable prices now, usually hovering around the $14-15 range. So, but they have unfortunately been made a little bit irrelevant. I feel kind of bad for Kino Lorber because I feel like they tried to do a good job with the elements that they had. And also, like, there's rights holder issues that make all this stuff complicated. So let's get to the main attraction coming up here. We'll open up the box now. So here's the box. Came from Orbit DVD. I had this imported from Europe. So let's get the old Kershaw and let's open this bad boy up. This actually shipped pretty quickly. I waited for a while because The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly kept going out of stock, it seemed like. But I mean, it's a super popular film. Like, I get it. It's influenced so many movies, and I'm sure so many people just remember watching that film. I mean, I watched it for the first time when I was in high school. I was like, this is like the early 2000s, and it blew me away. What's crazy is those movies are freaking 60 years old now. This is crazy, but here we are, keeping these alive. Physical media fans, that's us. All right, so here we go. Let me just make sure there's no receipt with my address or anything on there. Okay, yeah, hold on. Here's the receipt. And put that aside. Lovingly packaged. I appreciate that. All right, here we go. Here's one thing to be excited about is you get fresh artwork from the great Tony Stella. These are awesome. I wish they used these on the John Woo films that had just come out on 4K from Shout Factory. Like, look at these. These are great. These are poster worthy. This is great artwork. So these are the new versions from Arrow, and these are the standard editions. I wasn't able to get my hands on the limited editions just because I wasn't sure if I wanted to spend that much, to be honest. Now, you got the standard editions, decent layout here. Now, what they've done is they were able to get more of the elements together. They worked with the fan community, with the preservation community, to get these movies more complete than they've ever been. They've used higher quality sourcing for the soundtracks, for the picture. Like, this is supposed to be the best of the best. These are supposed to be the definitive editions on home video for these films. They are still using the same masters, I believe, but they've done more work to kind of make sure everything is better. I think they did their own scans. I'm not 100% sure on that. Leave that to the experts. There's guys like Damn Fool Idealistic Crusader who go way more in depth with this. I'm just sort of dipping my toes into the home video collecting thing. And, just to be able to watch my favorite films the way they're meant to be seen. That's all I want. I mean, they're meant to be seen in a cinema, right? But that's kind of going away. That's getting harder to do. But I'm lucky I have an independent cinema here in Sacramento. So there's like cool stuff to see all the time. But here we go, man. The Dollars Trilogy in 4K with Dolby Vision, HDR, cleanly sourced soundtracks. These are the least effed with versions of these films that you're going to find. So I was so excited. It was hard not to just instantly open that box the minute I got home, but I wanted to open this up along with you guys, share the joy of spaghetti westerns, Italian cinema, European cinema, and sort of crossing, the American frontier, however you can describe it. Like, I love these films. They helped make me a film fan. I used to just think, oh, westerns, until I saw Fistful of Dollars, and then it changed absolutely everything. So here we go, definitive versions. Super excited to have them. You know what? Yeah, let's open it up, because I believe the artwork is reversible on these. So let's check out the inner contents here on Fistful of Dollars to start. I hope I get a nice clean opening from the plastic. Oh yes, plastic not sticking to the spine. Thank you. Thank you, God. I appreciate that. There we go. Stuck to the top a little bit, but that's better. I can take care of that easily. Okay. There we go. European size boxes, of course, so they're a little thicker than the standard Blu-ray case. All right, inside we've got a little brochure for Arrow. We've got the UHD, and we've got the Blu-ray. Now, this is region B, so if you don't have a region-free player, you can't check this out. But I believe there's certain codes you can enter on your Blu-ray players and stuff to make these play. So I'll definitely be giving that a shot. So discs look good. Yeah, that's exciting. That's exciting. Now, let's check out the reversible artwork. Oh yeah, look at that. There we go. Very cool. Yeah, the original poster. In his own way, he is perhaps the most dangerous man who ever lived. Fistful of Dollars, the first motion picture of its kind. It won't be the last. You gotta love it. So yeah, I believe that's the OG movie poster. So yeah, I believe we'll get the same thing on all of these. Let's open up for a few dollars more. This is the one that apparently needed the most work out of all these films to be complete and have the correct music and everything like that. So let's get that open. Oh man, having that beautiful Stella artwork on the inside is kind of nice. Having it on the discs. This is my favorite of the trilogy for a few dollars more. Everybody talks about the good, the bad, the ugly, but this is the one that it nails what Sergio Leone is going for in a more compact kind of format. I would say if you're going to show someone their first spaghetti western, it should be for a few dollars more. Let's open this and check out the reverse artwork. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. The man with no name is back. The man in black is waiting. Fun stuff. All right, let's check out the good, the bad, the ugly. I believe that one should just be similar to the Kino Lorber that I just showed you. Wish these had slip covers, but I could take care of that. I've had some custom slip covers made for some other movies, and it's actually turned out pretty well. And I have to do the same for these. Like, these movies are so important, and so important to my kind of growth as a film fanatic, that I can't just ignore these. These need to be displayed nicely on my shelf. Look at that. Good, the bad, and the ugly. So we have the international cut, which is is the preferred one for a lot of fans. And then there's the there's the extended cut, sorry. International is the original version, closest to the original version, and then this extended cut is what has those extra scenes. Shout out to the Tuco fans. And why do you work for a living if you kill yourself working? Man, what What a scene. What a scene. I'm glad to hopefully never have to see it again. So, and we got the extras on a Blu-ray here. So I'll figure out what my codes are. I will watch these features. No one's going to stop me. So, all right, let's check out the reversible on this. Should be that original. Oh. For 3 men, the Civil War wasn't hell. It was practice. I like it. I like it. I like these. I like the original artwork here. So, yeah, man, this is great. I'm so excited to be able to watch these movies in these fully restored versions. And because like what stinks is like here in the US, if you go and watch this, whenever they do like the re-releases in the theater, it's gonna be those butchered MGM versions. And oh my god, I can't. Oh wow, this is a tight fit. Oh. This is wow. I should have figured I wouldn't be able to do this cleanly on camera. Oh boy, man. Like I would put leave the Tony Stella artwork there, but man, those ratings number things on the front bother me so much. It's insane. Like you're like I don't know if it's the UK or what that puts all those on there, but man, you guys have it rough out there. They really try to babysit you guys, don't they? So anyway, these are beautiful editions of these films. I'm so excited to be able to get to them. I'm going to start watching them as soon as I get some time. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. Really appreciate y'all tuning in and following my home video collecting journey with me. So, oh, that's cursed. That's cursed. What have I done? Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. For now, keep watching movies, keep enjoying movies, physical media, film preservation, original versions. That's what we want. Take care. I'll see you guys next time. I've been Rebel Reyes Real Reviews. This is the Dollars Trilogy. See y'all later. Thank you to Orbit DVD for fulfilling my order so quickly. Thank you to Arrow for doing all the work needed on these films. I'll watch them. I'll let you know how it goes. Till then, take care. Bye.